YouTube? What the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, and I have a special video for you. I'm just going to run through a few of my favorite features in Attila. Just talk about them a little bit. They're things that I really enjoy. I think you'll enjoy them. This list could go on a lot further than here, but enjoy what I've got for you, and tell me what you think. So the first thing I wanted to cover is fertility. It's a new feature in Attila Total War Attila. And no, it's not the capability of your family to have a huge line of children. Oh man, thought I'd throw that bad joke in there while we're at it. So fertility actually has to do with the fertility of the land. And I actually have the campaign tactical map turned on, and have this filter turned on so that you can see the fertility of the regions in this particular Sassanid campaign. And obviously the regions here where the Tigris and the Euphrates flow are the most fertile, and then say like down here Arabia Magna, not quite so fertile, and other areas you can see their fertility level here based on the basically based on the region. And that's not a big deal, it's just fertility. Well, the neat thing about it is it adds bonuses to certain buildings and allows you to basically use those areas to be super productive from a food standpoint. So say for instance I have this wheat farm here, and if you look over there on the well, I have to hold the mouse here, but if you look over there on the left where it says wheat farm, basically it says 104 additional food plus 26 per local fertility level, and then 200 additional wealth plus 50 from agriculture per fertility level. So basically I get all these bonuses, and it gives you an incentive to build your farms in the right places, and it makes sense. And then of course it drives that migratory factor as it gets colder in the north and people come south looking for fertile provinces, and it's just really going to be a neat dynamic. The second one that I want to cover is the family tree, which this was something that was asked for by a ton of people in Rome 2. It didn't come into Rome 2, but family tree is here, and it's a cool family tree. So I have an example family tree, again pulled up in Assassin. It's the same Sassanid campaign that I've been messing around with, and you can see my family tree. So obviously, you know, you got the crown here over the guy that's in charge, Bahram. So this guy is in charge of my, or I guess he's the leader of the family here, King of Kings. You can see his rank. And then of course, you know, you can see who your heir is and all the other stuff. So really cool, you got the family tree, but it goes a little bit further. So the neat thing about the family tree is, you know, say I can select a character like Bahram here, and hit view character details. Well, you can also zoom to their location, which is pretty handy to see where they're at, but you can hit character details and wham! Here's all the character details. Here's all the effects summary from the different things that he's gained over time, or maybe retainers or other stuff all summarized. I can replace the different household items, so there's up to 3 household items that affect them. You can see their wife here and the effects that the wife has, all their stats, which is also very cool. And I mean, again, just the fact that you have this family tree, it then connects you to this deal where you can see exactly what that person's characteristics are. This is also where you divvy out skills to them whenever they earn skills, and you know, again, just kind of shows you all the different traits that this person has. And again, this is just kind of a cool summary, and I love how it splits it up by military, by region and province, like just all the different stuff that you can see. So that is definitely something that is going to be really cool in Attila, and it's going to add a nice little bit of detail for those of you who are into that kind of thing, and I know I'm enjoying it so far. So the next thing I want to talk a little bit about is the UI, and this is kind of a broad topic, so I'll just hit a few things, and there'll actually be a few more specifics we run through, but I like the user interface in the game. There's been a lot of things that have just been made simpler, and you know, some of this started in Rome 2, but it's still something that I like about Attila. I love all the tool tips where you can mouse over things, it tells you what everything means. It seems like the UI has just been kind of polished and changed going into Attila. Really like it, and just other, I mean, user interface items like the tactical map with all these different options up here. Again, some of these things were present in Rome 2 and other Total War games. I get it, so it's just something I'm praising for Attila because I like it, and it's still here, or it's been improved upon. Event messages summarized, you know, and then it breaks it out into traits gained and other different, like you can you know, minimize or maximize that to see things. You can roll through your forces, your provinces, factions, just different stuff, and apparently I've also got this guy going on. So yeah, the UI, I really like it, and of course the battle UI is a little bit different, so let's jump over and check out the battle UI as well. So as far as other little UI features, you can see here that the unit cards look different. Some folks kind of like the simplicity of the unit cards in Rome 2, and then others were really looking for something more detailed. So if you're one of those people that was looking for something more detailed, then it is certainly here. And obviously you can see I was playing around with some elephants the other night. Maybe having a little bit of fun with that. I'm just going to throw a few guys on here and start a battle just so you can kind of see a couple of changes to UI. So again, looking different coming in. You got the more detailed unit cards here. They've added different icons to designate spears, melee infantry, crossbow infantry, bow infantry. So things that have been added there to make that more interesting. And let's just move these guys here and just kind of show you a few things. So again, UI's, to me it looks like it's a little smaller on the screen. You have the option to quickly minimize the unit stats if you want. And of course, you can unpin stuff, I believe, or pin or unpin. Yeah, pin, or no, it's a pinned unit. I think you can change. You may be able to change which unit is pinned. I haven't really toyed around with it yet, but anyway, there's options, and you have different options here too. So if you go into the game settings, here's your battle interface. You get all these settings. You can change the size of the marker scale. So see there how it makes my markers bigger or smaller depending on what you want. You can only show unit markers on mouse over or on never if you don't want to see them at all. So you got your tooltip options that were there before. You can turn on projectile trails, help markers, unit threats, alliance coloring, like all this cool stuff that you can turn on. Really like it. So again, very similar to Rome 2 when it comes to the UI, but I feel like there's been some improvements here that I particularly enjoy. And let's hit start battle just so you can see a few things. So again, for units that are moving and stuff, if you look, I'll just click an order. So see the movement and everything's kind of displayed up here on top rather than being all on top of the unit card. If a unit's under fire or firing, you're going to be able to see that easier. So again, let's just fast forward so you can see what it looks like when units are under attack. Again, just user interface in general. Some of you missed the faction flags, and I get that. But again, you can make these markers bigger. And again, just look how it's clean. You're always the yellow. The enemy is always red. It's simple to tell a friend from foe. And it's just things like that. So again, let's hit play here and look. So you can see the firing icon here. And if my men are fired upon, you'll see a different icon come up. And if my men enter melee, you'll see a different icon come up. So again, the icons are kind of summarized here quickly at a glance. You still got your ammo and your unit numbers, and again the icons here to quickly help you spot which units are which, even though you have the detailed drawings. So a lot of stuff that I really like about what they've done with the UI. I think it's an improvement. There may be again some of you who prefer to see those faction flags floating over, and who knows, that may be something that gets changed or added or modded or whatever it is later. But until then, I really do like this. And so again, you can see my guys running, melee, all these things kind of flashing in and letting you know what the status of your units are. So just a few examples of how I feel like the UI has improved, and just creates an interesting experience. Alright, YouTube, so one of the other things I want to show you is I don't know the exact name of it, but I like to call it improved waypoints. And what's really cool as a feature in Attila that I'm going to thoroughly enjoy and try and make use of is the ability, back in other Total Wars, of course you can always just right click a move order and you can see that move order being made. You could also hold shift and then add waypoints. And so you can see those waypoints that are there. That's cool, right? That's a nice feature, but it's always a little bit clunky in the way it worked. So check this out. If you hold control, or no, sorry, I'm going to get this wrong. I think you hold shift and then just drag, and watch this. How cool is that? Look at that. They don't stop each time they get to each little point of that. So look, let's say that you want to run a flanking maneuver, or like say for instance I'm going to be moving all my infantry. So I can use the arrow keys, give all my infantry move orders, and I can quickly grab my cav, hold down shift. You're going to come around this way. You guys are going to roll around this way. I want my archers to move back, or hang on, let me get them selected right. So I want my archers to move back this way. So like, I mean, you can just make all kinds of movements real quick, and their units follow the waypoints very nicely. So it's going to give you, in my opinion, it's going to be able to help you move better with less micromanagement. And again, see how I can just send units on paths, every which way, whatever you feel like is necessary. And I've got all these units independently tracking different courses here. And it's just something, and again, see how the movement continues while you can micromanage elsewhere. This is a huge benefit. It's a small change really in the scheme of things, but in my mind it adds a whole new level of trying to make the battles more dynamic, because your movements can be more dynamic. So very exciting. In fact, I want to say, so if I select this unit, I should be able to move them around and then end on a unit, and they'll actually run an attack path too. So see that? They'll run their path and then make an attack. So if you wanted to do an outflanking maneuver, for instance, I can say come around the back of this infantry and then hit it. Boom. Look at that. How sweet is that? And how sweet is it my guy's getting killed by artillery. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this little tidbit. I know that is something I actually really think is cool. Alright, YouTube, so here's the next thing I want to show you. Welcome to Uberzus. You can see the lovely city of Uberzus here. This is a siege battle. My army is set out here, ready to engage. Look, nice and pretty, walls are all intact. This is a siege where I've started just attacking the city right away. And you can see what it looks like. And what we're going to be talking about here is siege escalation. What does that mean? Let me show you. Alright, welcome to Siege Escalation Level 1. So, if you have been sieging the city for a while, you can see that there is damage, there are fires, there is grit. It looks uglier. The walls have sustained damage. I mean, there's just things that are going on. Yeah, check it out. They fired flaming stuff at me too. So, I mean, there's things that are on fire. So, again, the grit starts to pile up. So, Siege Escalation Level 1 here. Welcome to Siege Escalation 3. The city has been sieged for months, maybe years. It's burnt. The armies defending it are demoralized. The Great Hall is on fire. Look at the grit that surrounds this, just the pure grit. This is Siege Escalation, and it is a sweet addition to the game, and it is really going to add some serious immersion when it comes to the siege battles. So lots of cool stuff here. Really enjoy this one. So let's talk fire. Fire is big in Attila, and I'm going to give you a demonstration of that. There's dynamic fire. As you can see, my artillery fire has already lit up several buildings. It can spread. It can spread through trees. It can spread through building. It can be spread by your archers. You can see my archers firing. Trees on fire over here. And just look at the fire spread and how beautiful it is at the same time. The fire effects are amazing. And the carnage from the fire can just be incredible. Whole cities burning to the ground. This is just a small village where I'm demonstrating this. And again, look, trees on fire already. You can see all the fire arrows flaming around through. So, I mean, just incredible fire effects on the game. Absolutely beautiful. You can see from back here in a long view the city buildings ablaze already. And just the amount of damage. And again, the fire has spread. It can roll from one place to the next. Absolutely beautiful. An awesome addition to the game. And it is really going to add some sweet changes. Video up. And I figured that, you know how they say sometimes that a picture's worth 1,000 words? How about that picture? That's worth 1,000 words. That's beautiful. And then just to kind of top it all off, let me drop it in slow motion here and just give you all some of the Greek fire here. Night naval battle, Greek fire being poured onto an enemy ship. And then just, I mean, the fire effects are incredible. Look again, more Greek fire being poured onto the ship, and then just look at the effects. Moon in the background. I'm excited about Attila. I hope you're excited about it. There's going to be a lot of fun stuff to explore. And so far I'm just thoroughly enjoying it and looking forward to learning a little bit new about it each day, and I hope this video kind of gave you some features and options that you'll enjoy as well.